Have you ever felt like you're just kind of stuck? Like you're a certain type of person and that's just the way it is? Well, today we're going to flip that idea on its head. We're going to show you that your identity isn't set in stone. It's something you actually build, one tiny action at a time, all through the power of your habits. So let's just start with a really direct question. Who are you, really? I mean, is the person you are right now, today, the person you truly want to be? The good news, and it is really good news, is that you have way more power to change that than you probably think. You know, we all tell ourselves these little stories about who we are. Things like, oh, I'm not a morning person, or I'm just bad at math. We say them like they're permanent facts about us, but what if they're not? What if your identity isn't something you're born with, but something you actually build through what you do every single day? Ready to see how this all works? Okay, here's our game plan. First, we're going to tear down the myth of a fixed identity. Then we'll dig into the super interesting origin of the word identity itself. After that, we're getting into the practical stuff, how your habits literally shape you, a simple two-step process to change who you are, and finally, the secret that makes it all stick, the identity feedback loop. Okay, so first up, the myth of identity. Let's just toss out that old idea that your personality is something you're just given. A much better way to think about it is like a house. You're not just living in it, you are actively building it, brick by brick, with every single choice you make. And here's where it gets really powerful. Your habits are how you embody your identity. Think about it. Every time you make your bed, you're not just tidying up your room, you're being an organized person. When you go for a run, you're actively being an athletic person. Your actions are what make your identity real. This leads us perfectly into our next idea, which I think is so cool, this concept of your repeated beingness. Turns out, the actual origin of the word identity holds the key to this whole thing. So get this. The word comes from two Latin words, essentitas, which means being, and identidem, which means repeatedly. So your identity is, quite literally, your repeated beingness. It's not some deep, abstract mystery. It's just the sum of what you do over and over and over again. Let's make this super concrete. Let's say you decide to write each day. You're not just checking a box on your to-do list. You are embodying the identity of a creative person. You are actively becoming that person with every word you put down. Or another one, when you train each day, you embody the identity of an athletic person. See, it's never about that one single workout. It's the consistent repetition that cements in your mind who you believe you are. Okay, so that brings us to section 3, how habits shape you. And I love this metaphor. Think of every action you take as a single vote for the person you want to become. Just pause on that for a second. Every time you choose to read a page instead of scrolling through your phone, you cast a vote for being a reader. Every time you cook a healthy meal instead of ordering takeout, you cast a vote for being a healthy person. So why does this voting thing work so well? It's because our brains, they need proof. Your habits are the physical evidence that builds your self-belief. After a year of going to the gym, you don't just hope you're a fit person. You have a mountain of evidence that proves it. Your new identity is literally built on that proof. And honestly, here's the most liberating part of this whole idea. You do not need a unanimous vote. You don't have to be perfect. To win the election for your new identity, you just need a simple majority. As long as you're casting more votes for the new you than the old you, you're winning. The goal isn't perfection. It's just to win more often than you lose. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it? That takes us to section 4. A super simple two-step process for changing who you are. The process itself is incredibly simple. It's just 2 steps. First, you decide, and second, you prove. Let's break down exactly what that means. So for step 1, decide. We need to shift our focus. Instead of focusing on an outcome like I want to lose 40 pounds, work backward from that. Ask yourself a better question. Who is the type of person that could get that outcome? The answer isn't just a thinner person, no. It's someone who is consistent, someone who values their health, someone who doesn't quit. That is your new target identity. Now for step 2, prove it. And this little story is just perfect. A friend lost over 100 pounds by asking herself one simple question over and over again, all day long. What would a healthy person do? Would they take the stairs or the elevator? Would they order a salad or fries? Every single choice was a small win, a single vote that proved her new identity until eventually it just became her reality. All right, we're at our final section, and this is where it all comes together beautifully. It's called the identity feedback loop. This is the secret that explains why change actually gets easier over time. See, it's a two-way street. At first, you have to consciously use your habits to build a new identity. But once that new identity starts to take hold, it starts shaping your habits for you. It becomes easier to make the right choices because, well, it's just who you are now. You don't have to force yourself to go to the gym. You just go because you're an athletic person, and that's what athletic people do. And that leaves us with this final, really powerful idea. Building new habits isn't just about achieving goals or being more productive. The process of building habits is actually the process of becoming yourself. Every little habit is a step in your own evolution. So the only question left is, who are you voting to become today?